my dear students. Today we are going to solve one more board program. The question is you have to write a menu driven program to find factorial of a number and Fibonacci series. Before starting to solve this program, I want to clear actually what is menu driven program and how we can find the factorial of a number and how we can generate the Fibonacci series. So children, what is a menu driven program, children? The menu driven program is a program in which the operations which we want to perform in a program must be present in the form of a menu. Suppose in this question, in this program, we want to find the factorial of a number or want to generate the Fibonacci series. So children, we will make it in a menu form in this way. That means the operation which we want to perform within a program will be in a menu form. From this menu, the user have to select the option which he or she want to perform within a program. Okay, on the basis of the user's choice, the required operation will be performed. This is a menu driven program. And what is the factorial, children? Factorial, suppose the number is 5. The factorial of 5 will be calculated as 5 multiply 4 multiply 3 multiply 2 multiply 1. That is 5 4s are 20, 23s are 60, 62s are 120, 121s are 120. That is the factorial of the 5 will be 120. And how we can generate the Fibonacci series, children? We take the two number initially as 0 and 1. We will add two numbers 0 plus 1, 1. 1 plus 1, 2. 1 plus 2, 3 and so on up to n number of terms. Now we are going to start our program, children. Firstly, we are going to define the function for the factorial or to generate the Fibonacci series. After that, we will call this function from the main program, and in the main program we present these function in the form of menu. Okay, children. So first we are going to write the definition for a factorial. Okay, so def factorial, and we are going to receive an integer argument in an argument list for whom we want to find the factorial. Okay, children. Now firstly we take a temporary variable fact as a 1 in which we store the intermediate result. Okay. Now we are going to apply the loop for I in range, and we have to start the loop from that number and we will continue it till 1. That is 0 and minus 1. We will traverse it in a reverse or backward direction. Start from a number and continue or iterate it until 1. Okay. After that, we are going to multiply the value of fact that store the intermediate result with the I. Okay. That means if we take a number 5, suppose first time fact store the 1 and we will traverse that fact is equal to fact into I. That means fact store the 1 and value of I will be 5. That means fact store 5. Next time the value of I will be value will be 5 and I will be value 4. That means fact store 20. In this way we can proceed further and find the factorial of a number in the variable fact. After coming out from the loop, we will print the value of the factorial in this way. Factorial of n is fact. In this way we are going to write the definition for the factorial function. Now we are going to define the Fibonacci function for generating the Fibonacci series. Okay, children. In this, firstly we are going to ask the number of terms up to which the user want to generate the Fibonacci series. N is equal to integer input enter total terms. Enter total terms. After that, take two variables, that is first variable as 0 and second variable as 1. Now we are going to print the value of first and second. Print first. After first we want, suppose first is printed as 0, after that we want a comma here, not a new line. So we have to write the end argument here as comma. After that, print second and is equal to comma. That means two terms of Fibonacci series are printed here. Now we want to proceed further. So here we have to apply the loop, but we have to continue this loop from the third number, because already the two terms of the Fibonacci series are generated. So we start from the third term. Okay, and up to what term we have to continue? Up to n terms we have to continue, and each time we have to update the value by 1. After that, we have to consider third variable. It will store the first number plus second number. Now print the third number, print third and is equal to comma. That means 0 plus 1 is printed here. After that, notice one thing, the second variable will be the first variable and third variable will be the second variable. This second variable will be the first variable and this third variable will be the second variable to continue generating the series. Okay, so we have to make first is equal to second and second variable will be a third variable. Now the third variable will be a second and second variable will be the first. Now again, it will go inside the loop and at the first or second value generate the series. That means 1 plus 1, 2. 2 printed. After that again makes this second one as a first and this third one as a second. In this way we generate the Fibonacci series. Now come to the main program. In main program you have to take the initial choice of the user as yes, and we have to continue this thing until the user of the choice will be yes. Firstly, we are going to print the menu. First factorial, print second Fibonacci, and third one is your exit. Here children, first we are going to ask the choice of the user. C is equal to integer input, enter choice 1, 2, 3. Okay. After input we are going to check the choice of the user. If C double equal to 1, we have to call the factorial function, and in factorial function we have to input a number. So firstly we input a number from the user, integer input, enter number, and call the function factorial and pass this variable as k here. Now if elif choice double equal to 2 children. So what function we have to call? We have to call the Fibonacci function. Fibonacci function. Elif choice. If the choice of the user will be 3, then we have to come out from the loop with the help of break function. Finally else. That means accept 1, 2, 3, user have to enter some other choice. Then we have to print invalid choice. Invalid choice. After performing one time, we are going to ask from the user, do you want to perform more operation? CH is equal to input. Do you want to perform more operations? Yes or no. Again children, if the user choice will be yes, then again the menu will display and the choice of the user will be asked, and on the basis of the user choice the concerned function will be called. In this way we are going to solve this program children. I hope you understand this program very well. Keep watching us. Till then, take care. Bye bye.